Let's go down to the northeast, where since that night of April the 14th of 2024, when Boko Haram abducted 276 female students, it appears Chibok is far from grabbing the spotlight, albeit negatively. Now, fresh terrorist attacks have again been reported in the Borno town. Governor Babagana Zulum has met with families of the victims of recent Boko Haram abductions and other attacks in Chibok Local Government Area of the state. Within 3 weeks, the insurgents attacked 3 villages within the fringes of the Sambisa forest. Well, during his visit, Governor Zulum met with community leaders who said 22 women and 2 men were abducted by the insurgents. This is yet another worrisome trend. The horrendous attack of 8 years ago are still, very, very much with us. And now this is just a sample anyway of what is happening in the rest of across Borno State and the Northeast, which the governors and other leaders have been contending with. Emeka?
Yeah, I think ISWAP is really ISWAP and Boko Haram. What they are doing are just kicks, of a dying horse, the last kicks of a dying horse, because the Nigerian military appears to have really been pounding them and dealing with them seriously. So what they are doing is just hit certain places, since the Governor Zulum is intent on ensuring that the IDPs return to their homes. You no longer have these IDP camps, where you just camp people indefinitely. So I believe the military onslaught should continue, and then the governor should not be discouraged by these by the activities of these terrorists, these criminals. That synergy should continue, so that, of course, you see, I believe that one day we'll get to the point where ISWAP or Boko Haram will no longer be heard about in this country. All they are doing is just senseless, abducting people, killing people, killing military personnel and all of that. But it's a good thing with the Tucanos that the military and the other fighter jets, that the military has been giving it to them. There should not be any letdown. They should not relent. I saw some pictures of the market, a night market set we operated by Boko Haram, that was set ablaze in military bombardment. They should go, military should sustain it, make it harder, really destroy them. I mean, just obliterate them and send them into history where they belong, odious history, shameful history where they belong, so that we'll no longer have these things. And wherever such things try to rear their head, such things should be dealt with and just scrapped, because it's terrible.
Well, BKO, examples like this, abductions and other examples of manifestation of their power, I'm talking about Boko Haram, ISWAP, are what are the factors fueling their reach in the Northeast, which also means that if we can tackle, this advantage that they seem to be having almost all the time, an end to them will surely come, as Emeka has put it. Or how do you see it?
Yes, they are weakened, but by no means their end has not come. We can't say their end is close, but they are weakened, but they are still able to cause a lot of problems. By the nature of this war, you can't win this war solely by relying on air power.
Right, yeah.
Yes, you pound them in certain positions, but look, if they find that area strategic enough, they will go back there even after you have pounded them. You chase them out of certain locations, they come back. I know communities that Nigerian Army has captured up to 3 times, because it's difficult to capture that location and put troops there perpetually. The troops are constantly on the move, and we don't even have enough troops, you know, to say you want to occupy an area. Look at it this way. In Borno State, some of the largest local governments in our country are in Borno State. You have local governments like Konduga, Damboa. The governor mentioned Damboa as one of the communities, the areas that are constantly under attack. Damboa is the largest local government in Borno State and one of the largest in Nigeria. The largest local government in Nigeria is Bogu in Niger. Now, this Damboa is larger than Ekiti State by far, just one local government. It's larger than Enugu State, which is the largest in the southeast by landmass. So, if you were to put soldiers in Damboa, how many soldiers would you need to occupy Damboa? That is the advantage. This gives these guys so much advantage. You see a local government like Konduga, also located close to Sambisa, is very large. It's one of the largest local government in Nigeria. Is in Borno State. How do you police these old areas? And their whole strategy is to constantly be on the move. I like the fact that we are pounding them, we are forcing some of them to give up arms. But the other group, the ISWAP, they are not surrendering. And this is the more powerful of the factions of Boko Haram. The most powerful of the factions of Boko Haram is ISWAP. And they are not surrendering. In fact, anyone who tries to surrender knows that it will be killed. So it's the Shekau group that is surrendering. And more than 28,000 of them are surrendered now. But how do we get the other people? How do we create maybe an exit point, an exit route for people to just crawl out of the enclave of ISWAP and then surrender? Because when they begin to lose fighters, their capacity to wage war will be limited. Now, the governor was talking about Biu, Askira, Chibok, and Damboa, 4 local governments where attacks are still happening. I can tell you that in this attack, in Chibok local government must have been carried out by remnants of Shekau's faction, because the Shekau's faction too, they are struggling to bounce back even after the death of Shekau. The fellow who killed Abanawi decided, okay, let us regroup, let's become strong again. So the military still has a lot of work to do. And it's not also helped sometimes by the fact that these guys, even they mesh with our people. There are communities that they are in control of. They allow our people to farm, do all kinds of things. How do you do bombardment in such places without collateral damage and without killing so many civilians?
People, yes.
So they are free, they are moving. You should see some pictures, on videos, you see them mingling with our people. So it's like, look, it's not a war that will end in a hurry. Remember that Tucano pilot that I interviewed. He said, all we can ask from Nigerians is patience. Patience. Flight Lieutenant Agbo. Right. He said patience, because he knows the kind of war that is before us, indeed. And the enemy is constantly changing strategy.
All right. Well, Memeka, we have about 2 minutes left before we call it a show today. But looking at the tail end of BKO's assessment, how much support are our soldiers even enjoying from we as a people, from government? Do we even have the required numbers? You know, not forgetting that the situation in the Northeast is not the only concern that the soldiers and other operatives are contending with.
Yeah, well, the military has somehow been mainly in charge of internal security, almost taking it over from the Nigeria police, you know. So the military are so stretched all over the country, you know, all over the country, you know. Just look at the other one, the arrested thugs on the suspended talks, on their way to Ekiti and all of that. So, but the point is that I hope that other security agencies will be able to really deal with internal security so that the military can actually focus on conflict zones. And then Nigerians, we have no option but to support the military and to encourage them to continue to deal with these criminal elements, because like BK has said, they keep mingling with the people, they keep changing positions, but at least if the military need, I hope that the military can, over the next 1 year, at least significantly destroy their base, so that the remnants, mopping up, you can now be doing some, you can now do mop-up operations over the next few years, but at least significantly destroy them, and I think the international community should not just end up just talking, holding conferences that end up in doing nothing. They should also see what they can do to assist Nigeria. It's very, very important. It's very, very important.